Hello, I'm Francesco Lecce Chong, music director and conductor of the Eugene Symphony. For the past year and a half, throughout the pandemic, the Eugene Symphony has stayed active, keeping our community together through virtual performances. But now we are ready to return to the concert hall, and we invite you to join us next season to celebrate the uniquely powerful experience of live orchestral music. And today I'm so excited to share with you some of the details of next season's performances. So next season is really jam-packed of just incredible projects. So many great artists, a lot of amazing musical projects as well. A lot of that is because not only did we lose an entire season of music that we had planned last season, but we missed even the very end of the season before that. So all of those incredible artists we were going to bring, the commissions, the collaborations that we had, so much of that is getting packed into this season. So there really isn't a night off per se. There's no taking it easy night or just letting things be a little easier night. Every program is just jam-packed of ideas because on some of these ideas, we've been waiting for 2 years to finally have them come to life. So for opening night, we have a wonderful pianist visiting us, Michelle Can, and she'll be playing the Price Piano Concerto. Michelle and I actually studied together at the Curtis Institute of Music. She is quickly making an amazing name for herself, not only as an incredible performer, but also a pedagogue. The Price Piano Concerto, Florence Price, one of the great American composers from the mid-20th century. This is a piece that is more recently come into the repertoire, and Michelle recently recorded it with the Philadelphia Orchestra. So this is kind of her piece, her calling card piece, and we're so delighted to have her come and perform that with the orchestra. Also for opening night, I just wanted to have a piece that would celebrate the full orchestra, celebrate all of us being on stage and just, the incredible sounds that you can only get when, say, 80 musicians are on stage playing and sing together at the same time. And so a piece that I thought would really bring that all together is Rachmaninoff's Symphonic Dances. So virtuosic, so much fun, and shines such a brilliant spotlight on the orchestra. So I think it's just going to be a wonderful first night back in the concert hall with our beloved audience. In October, we have the violinist Alexi Kenny joining us. Alexi and I know each other from my days as assistant conductor with the Pittsburgh Symphony. We were on a couple tours together, and he's going to be playing the Mendelssohn Violin Concerto with us. On the second half of that program, I wanted to try something a little different. During this virtual season that we've just finished, I was able to have a lot more fun with the programming and kind of turning the tables on the traditional kind of program that we might expect, where you'd have sort of a concerto and then like a large symphony. And kind of the idea that, there's always supposed to be these deep philosophical connections between pieces on a program. I just wanted to have some fun, and certainly I've been able to do that during the virtual season. And for this program, the second half is basically going to be an orchestra dance remix. And I've programmed 3 dance works for the second half of this program by very different composers, all with a special take on a very popular dance. So you have John Adams, the great American composer, with the Chairman Dances, which is a play on the foxtrot. Then we have Arturo Marquez with his danzons. This is danzon number 7 for orchestra. And this is a very popular Mexican dance. But Marquez, takes it in so many unusual, incredible directions. And then last but not least, we have Ravel's La Valse, where he takes the Viennese waltz and sort of breaks it down and puts it back together in incredible, brilliant ways. I think each one of these pieces on their own is an absolute highlight. And I think next to each other is just going to be a crazy, crazy dance party. And I can't wait to bring a program like this with all of you. So in November, we're going to invite pianist Joyce Yang to join us. Joyce and I worked together, I think my first concert as music director with the Eugene Symphony. I love working with Joyce, and it's so important that to have a soloist and a conductor have a really strong link with the Brahms First Piano Concerto that we're going to be doing. This is a piano concerto in name, but really it's like a symphony, a massive symphony with a piano solo part. And the way the piano comes in and out of the orchestral textures and the weight of the orchestra in this piece is so important. And so I can't wait to work with Joyce on really one of my favorite works, period, for orchestra. Also, just kind of keeping in that theme of really celebrating our orchestra and its musicians, we're going to complete this program with Bartók's Concerto for Orchestra, another amazing showpiece that puts spotlights on a lot of individual players in the orchestra, but then also on what the teamwork within the orchestra can achieve. In December, we have a guest conductor, Irina Yashima. She is currently the assistant conductor of the Philadelphia Orchestra, a brilliant conductor who at some times I have studied alongside and continues to be a wonderful colleague, and I'm so delighted we can bring her out to work with the orchestra. We'll also have violinist Paul Huang joining us. And I think one of the really great things on this program is going to be Tchaikovsky's First Symphony. Not a piece that gets heard all the time, but it has all the genius of Tchaikovsky in it. Again, I think an incredible showpiece for the orchestra, and really delighted that audiences have a chance to get to know this earlier work by Tchaikovsky. Turning to 2022, in January, February, and May, we are bringing back our C3 project, Creativity, Connection, and Community. And this has now been postponed all the way from 2 seasons ago. I'm so glad we're finally going to have a chance to make this project come to life. There's so much happening over these 3 concerts. And basically, it's a celebration of the creativity that drives all of us, not just the composer, but the performers and the listeners, and how we all come together around creativity. And then connection, how music, how creativity binds us together, and then how those connections create community, and how all of us can come together and have these amazing experiences around works of art. And so you can look forward to so much in these programs, starting when even you walk in the hall during, in pre-concert activities, you'll have a chance to really interact with the music, with the performers, and get you already thinking like you're going to be a part of the musical experience, not just there to take in the music, but really a part of it. So we're going to have a piece that involves, some audience participation, where you can actually use your cell phone to be a part of this piece. We have an amazing collaboration with the Jordan Schnitzer Museum of Art and 4 organ artists who have created several incredible works of art to go along with music by Paul Hindemith. We are collaborating with Insta Ballet, a group that's able to create ballets on the spot that are basically crowdsourced choreography. And so if you come early to that concert, you'll actually have a chance to help create a ballet that will then happen at the same concert that you are at. And kind of tying it all together, we finish off our C3 project with a music video of Bolero. So as the orchestra plays it, you will watch perfectly in synced video of those same musicians performing, the famous melody of Ravel's Bolero, and playing it all in kind of different landmarks all throughout Eugene. It's going to be a really fun way to not just tie in what's going on stage, but again, celebrate our entire community. So it's been a long time in coming, and I'm so glad that we'll have a chance to have these programs together and really celebrate not just the orchestra, not just the music, but all of you who make the concert experience so special. In March, we have another guest conductor. Carlos Iscaray is the music director of the Alabama Symphony and the American Youth Symphony. So we're very excited to have him come out to conduct Dvorak's New World Symphony, one of the more beloved pieces in the orchestral repertoire. And pianist So-Young Kate Lee will be coming to join the orchestra. A wonderful colleague who actually was my first soloist when I came to audition for the Eugene Symphony. She came and performed on my concert, and we're delighted to be able to welcome her back. In April, we also have a project that was postponed from last season, and this is the start of a 3-year performance of Wagner's opera Tristan und Isolde. So Tristan and Isolde is perhaps one of the most important works of Western art, certainly one of the most influential. It is, a piece that philosophers, writers, composers, politicians, movie directors. It has influenced so much of humanity ever since it was premiered, and I think it's a piece that we need to grapple with at some point. All musicians certainly grapple with it, but it's a piece that was so important to Western culture that it's become a thing, except that we don't always know what that thing is. And that's for some several different reasons. One of the reasons is this opera doesn't get done that often. Really only the biggest opera houses in the world can put on this 5-hour opera, with a big cast of singers and a big orchestra. It's a huge undertaking just to put it on. And then you're asking an audience as well to take in this massive piece for that length of time. And I've done it several times. Several times as an audience member. And so I know that it can be challenging in many ways to take in the details in a piece when it's 3 acts long and just there's so much going on in it. And so in these concert performances, we want to give you a chance to really dig into this music and have a chance to experience it in 3 parts, each act on its own. And each one, believe me, is incredibly complete and incredibly fulfilling. And in the way we're going to present it, you'll really be able to dig into it and get to know the leitmotifs, those motives that Wagner creates in this music that represent the different characters and the different ideas. And you'll have the chance to really think about how this work challenges us to think about our own humanity and the things, again, the connections that we have with each other. There's so much going on in this opera, and I'm so excited that we're going to have a chance to bring it to you in this particular way. So definitely a lot is happening in this piece, and this is really kind of a dream come true for me to have a chance to present this. And I think for our orchestra, for all the singers that are going to be coming in to make this project possible, and for all of you, in many ways, certainly for Eugene, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to take in this piece over the next 3 years. So be sure to check that out in April. We also are going to have several specials throughout the season, like our family concert, for instance. But one of the really amazing ones is going to be a special presentation of a new work that we commissioned by the organ composer David Schiff. And this is a piece called Prefontaine, based on and commemorating the incredible life and legacy of Steve Prefontaine. This is a incredible work that is being kind of created as I speak right now. It's going to be a collaboration with Oregon Contemporary Theater, so there will be some written word to go along with this huge orchestral work that David has written. It's a piece, again, about us, about our community, about someone who has had such a profound influence on Eugene. And I can't think of a better way to celebrate it than with a huge undertaking like this. And I think it's going to be a really special moment for our community to come together and celebrate just one of the great things that new music can do, which is create music that is about us here and now. And most importantly, here and now is going to be all of us in the concert hall again next season. So we've missed having our audience so much. We've missed being able to be with all of you in the concert hall. And we want to thank you once again so much for your patience and your support and your enthusiasm all throughout the season through the pandemic, as we've only been able to connect with all of you virtually. And we've learned so much. We've loved being able to connect with you in that way. But now we're ready to come back and once again celebrate what it means to be able to share this music in person and have these incredible, powerful experiences. So we look forward to seeing you very, very much. And thank you all once again for taking some time to hear about this amazing season we have planned.